DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine.
I've been talking all this time and there's been no sound. Okay. Thank you, folks, for telling me. Okay, Lola. Okay. Let me try again. Lola. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. Let's start all over again.
DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine.
Okay. Now, is it safe to say that you can all hear me now? Let me just confirm that. Deadly science. Hello, hold on. I'm just going to confirm. Okay, you can hear me now. Thank you, Joanna and Tim, and Linda and Keith and Sarah and Audrey and Katie. Thank you again, and Jane. Well, you know what? This would have been quite an interesting show if I had done the whole show having you try to read my lips or mime it. We'll try that another time. Let me start again. I am thrilled to be here today. We got a really fun show lined up for you. The amazing, inimitable Rich Hall is my guest. He's going to be here later to share songs and stories and chat with us in just a little bit, all the way from his home in the remote outreaches of wherever the hell he lives, somewhere in the Midwest by the Rocky Mountains. And so I'm real excited and pleased he's going to be joining us. He'll be a little bit. And got a bunch of songs and all kinds of stuff. So I am going to start with a song. can't believe I muted the main mic. If you hear lots of barking, it's because Lola found her way into the studio, and Allison's not home. And so if she doesn't get enough attention, she might decide to sing along with this. Well, you know what? Hey, folks. This song, actually, I hadn't intended this way, but it's very appropriate. This is a song about someone who's a little overwhelmed and bewildered by modern technology. So I think this is a good way to start off. This is my Luddite lament. I've got routers and switches and wires and plugs. I'm a glutton for glitches and crashes and bugs. Hooked on the net, but I feel like a mug, 'cause I think I might be better off doing drugs. Come hear my Luddite lament. Witness my confessing my bewilderment. It's clear that my youth has been sadly misspent. Come hear my Luddite lament. I admit I'm unhappy, disgruntled, and bitter. I'm fed up with YouTube and Google and Twitter. I'm sure if I logged off, I'd be 10 times fitter. The time I spend on them is time that I fritter. Come hear my Luddite lament. I wonder where all the time went. I know I won't quit, I just needed to vent. Come hear my Luddite lament. I curse all my teachers and college professors. And tech support, they are the worst of transgressors. Even my mom is on Facebook, God bless her. I long for the days before microprocessors. Come hear my Luddite lament. Witness my tragic descent. Listen, good people, if your ear's still not bent. Come hear my Luddite lament. I wonder how folks got together before. I long for the sound of a knock on the door. I try to refrain, but I go back for more. 'Cause virtual Valerie has such great rapport. Come hear my Luddite lament. It isn't too late to repent. You can't be hornswoggled without your consent. Come hear my Luddite lament. Well, now, even as my meager finances dwindle, I've purchased a laptop, a notebook, and a Kindle. How many ebooks can fit in a thimble? I'm starting to think the whole thing's a big swindle. Come hear my Luddite lament. What more do you need to invent? Newfangled technology won't make you content. Come hear my Luddite look, come hear my Luddite look, come hear my Luddite lament. Woo! Okay. All right, so that's my Luddite lament. So I think what's an appropriate way to follow that up would be for one of my son Sam's recent cat videos. Here's one I particularly enjoy. Let's see. Okay, listen, I know this is being indulgent. I'm going to play you one more of Sam's videos because I am compelled to. So here you go, stand by. Anyway, so, What the heck? Okay, listen. This is a song that I try to when I'm complaining and moaning and bitching and groaning. This song tries to remind me that actually, when all is said and done, I'm a lucky guy. Got a wife just as sweet as apple pie. Sometimes she can be a little tart, but I cannot lie. I'm a lucky guy. I'm a lucky guy. Don't have much money and I don't know why. 'Cause I work real hard and God knows I try. Even so, I'm a lucky guy. I am a lucky guy, I'm a fortunate son of a gun. You might have $1 billion, but your life's not half as fun. I'm a lucky guy. Wake up every morning, I can see the sky. The sun may not be shining now, but it will be by and by. And I'm a lucky guy. Sometimes it seems I'm just barely scraping by, and I catch a glimpse of my sweetheart out of the corner of my eye, and I know I'm a lucky guy. I've had my share of troubles, I've had my share of woe, but when all is said and done, one thing for sure I know, I'm a lucky guy. Got my family, friends and family nearby, and a little dog. Some guys have a little luck, but mine's in vast supply, and I'm a lucky guy. Though there are days it seems most everything is wrong, I guess I could complain. Instead I sing this song. I'm a lucky guy. There's nothing I really need that I can't buy. I've got food and drink to fill me up and shelter to stay dry. Truth be told, I'm a lucky guy. I don't take it for granted, and I tell you why. 'Cause I know it could all be gone in the blink of an eye, and I'm a lucky guy. And I can't deny it. Okay. Thank you, Jim. And thank you, Jane. And Sarah. Oh, shucks, Doug. All right, well, I'm glad to see everything is still... Sweetie pie. Yes, your mom's going to be home in a little while. Ba-ba-ba. That's supposed to tell her scoop, but it's not always very effective. Let's see. What do we got going on? Oh, I know. Again, because, in the Yiddish tradition, you're not supposed to brag too much on your kids. And if you say anything nice, you're supposed to say kinahara poo poo poo, because you don't want the evil eye to notice them at all. But anyway, I want to play a video from my other child, who's all grown up, not so much a child. But this is a video that she made when she was still pretty much a kid. But it's a lot of fun. It's her take, her version of a classic Roger Hart song. But she does it as a collaboration. Take the verb off. She does it as a collaboration with a whole bunch of her online friends. and it's really cool. So, as soon as I find it. Anyway, here's Hannah with her cover of her interpretation of Love Sucks. Anyway, it always makes me smile whenever I see that video. And let's see here. All kinds of ridiculous stuff going on in the world. I don't have to tell you. And as some of you have heard me say in the past, it does make me long for a more innocent time in our country's past. So this is a song that I am going to sing that reflects just that. I miss Monica, I miss Monica, I miss those innocent days before they stole the election, when the flashing of a thong was just a sign of affection, when the president didn't have to go to war just to get an erection. I miss Monica, I miss Monica, I miss Monica, I miss Monica. Makes me sad to see Bill gone. Too bad he had to confess. But the pressure was on. He was under duress. And of course there was little matter of the stain on her dress. I miss Monica. I miss Monica with her cute beret and her pouting lip. She made the most of her internship. We learned back then loose lips sink ships. And the scariest thing in the news was a picture of Linda Tripp. I miss Monica. I miss Monica, so busy raking the muck. The sanctimonious Ken Starr, he wasted $40 million. He ought to be disbarred. All he ever found was one used Cuban cigar. I miss Monica. I miss Monica. I miss Monica. I miss Monica. GW's twisted logic is kind of hard to follow. It's almost pathological, and all his promises sound hollow, and the lies he tells would be hard to swallow, even for Monica. Dear sweet Monica, with her cute beret and her pouting lips, she made the most of her internship. We learned back then loose lips sink ships, and the scariest thing in the news was a picture of Linda Tripp. I miss Monica. I miss Monica. When she ruled the headlines, the world was full of promise. It was a gentler time without suicide bombers. You could share a Coca-Cola with Judge Clarence Thomas. I miss Monica. I miss Monica. I miss Monica. I miss Monica. She was never appreciated, and though it may sound silly, she was mocked and humiliated. She was stoned and pilloried. All we had left to look forward to was, I can't even say it anymore, President Hillary. Imagine the world we would have had otherwise. I miss Monica. I miss Monica. I miss Monica. I do indeed miss Monica. And now you miss George W. Yes, I got to say, by comparison, I even miss George. I even miss George. The squirrels, yes, that's on Squirrels in the Attic. And thank you. So it's good to see all you folks out there. Let's see here. Little bit of business, and then I'm going to bring on our guest. I'm really pleased to do so. And okay, the dog is gone. Everything is in the right place. And, I know what I wanted to say. If we are brave enough to have a sing-along, and anyone that would like to join us in the sing-along, all you need to do is type in that URL at the bottom there, StreamYard.com/3YC5HK8KGZ. I'll leave it up for a little bit. And you can join us backstage, and you can be part of a sing-along afterwards, towards the end, and it's painless, I promise. And all you need to do is log that into your browser on your phone or your device, and you can be part of the show, and it'll be a riotous adventure, and you don't need to know the words, because listen, I wrote the songs and I hardly know the words myself. Anyway, having said all that, I believe backstage our featured guest artist might be standing by and ready to come join us. So I'm a few minutes early. So if you're good to go, Rich, let me just say I'm really excited that our upcoming guest has agreed to be on this obviously slipshod ramshackled production, which I think I demonstrated quite succinctly at the top of the show when I had no sound for 5 minutes. But Rich has bravely agreed to do the show. I couldn't be more pleased. I don't really know how to introduce him. He is a multi-talented Renaissance guy who's done all these things. A polymath. I can't even begin. His appearance, his a cast member of Fridays and Saturday Night Live, and creator of the Sniglets. It's mind-boggling. Anyway, I'll stop babbling, and I don't want to embarrass him too much. I'm going to bring up now, and let me just get some stuff here. Everybody, please give a warm welcome to Rich Hall. Rich,
howdy. How are you?
How you doing there?
You?
I'm very well, thanks.
How's it going? You're looking good, Dean.
It's and as are you. And yeah, things have been a little ramshackled here, but I'm real pleased to see you. It's nice that you're sitting out. It looks like a relaxed, wonderful location in the middle of wherever you are.
I'm on a porch.
Oh, hold on. Now I lost your Okay. Excellent.
Can you hear me?
I'm afraid there seems to be I do hear you. There seems to be a little bit of a delay on your audio. So what I might do is bear with me a second. I might I just got to get rid of this. I might send you backstage and bring you back on, see if that helps the audio. Okay. Here he is again, Rich Hall.
How's it going?
Well, unless you're, it's good, but I'm afraid we still have this ridiculous audio problem, which we didn't have when we did the test. I know you're on the porch. It might be problematic when you pick up your guitar. And let's see how to tackle with this. Why don't you strum something and see whether our audio catches up?
Anything?
Hey, Rich, I am embarrassed to say that I hear you great, but there's a real long delay between the audio and the video, which is not something I've experienced to this degree at this point. So I'm a little perplexed, and even when I took myself out of the frame, that was the case. So I'm trying to think how to address it. I'm wondering whether it might be possible for you to retreat back inside closer to the router, like when we did our test. Is that practical for you at this point?
I suppose, yeah, if you give me 5 minutes.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, I hate to trouble you, but otherwise we're going to be in a strange, a bizarro world where your lips move and then sound comes out about 10 seconds later. Not sure why, but if we could try it again, I'd be ever so grateful. Okay?
All right, let me go reset.
So I'll hang out till I see you backstage, all right?
Okay.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, shucks. I'm very frustrated about that. But I do want you to be able to hear Rich, and it worked fine during the test. Not sure what's happening now. I think one of the issues might be if I could ask Paul and Brett, I'm going to ask you guys to wait until I bring you back on and log on until I invite you, because it could be that there's so much bandwidth. And bear with me a second. I'm going to do one last thing. No, that's not going to affect it. So let's see if that makes a difference. Hey, Paul and Brett, if you can hear me, I'm gonna actually ask you. I'm gonna ask you to log off because theoretically the bandwidth might be responsible. But if you're listening, I'll invite you back on in a little bit. Do you follow me? Did you hear that? I didn't want you to think I was kicking you out of the back room, but I think it might help with the bandwidth. You got that? Okay. And same with you, Shelley. I'm gonna kick you off, but I'm gonna invite you back on in a little bit. Okay? There you go. Okay. All right. Well, quite embarrassing, but hopefully we'll. In the meantime, I will sing a song. Do 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 do. Oh, wait, actually, I see Rich coming along. Hey, Rich.
How you doing?
Perfect.
Is that any better?
Now I can hear you fine. That's it. Excellent.
Really?
That solved the problem. I don't know why, but we're good to go. So
okay.
Anyway, so let me start this again. Hi, Rich. How you doing?
I'm better now. I'm in sync.
You are in sync. You know, it sucks to be out of sync. It really does. Sometimes you wake up and nothing seems to be coordinated, and the horizon is tilting in funny shapes. And anyway, so thanks for getting back inside. Although I did want to ask you.
I was desperate to show the world my porch.
Well, I wanted to ask you about your porch because you have an awesome backyard.
I have an awesome backyard. I have an awesome, well, see, Brits as a rule, and I know that primarily we've got a big British audience watching. The concept of a porch, or as I call it, society's apron, is fairly, it's fairly foreign to Brits because they tend to congregate in the backyard.
In the garden.
Because they don't want the world seeing them having a good time. So, even be having a great time, and then a plane will fly over, and then they all look glum. And then when the plane clears, they start having a good time again. Whereas Americans, we like to sit on the front porch. We want the world to know our business.
Interesting.
So I'm sorry, I'm now confined back upstairs to my spare room.
Well,
but
even so, we're broadcasting around the world. So, and who knows what alien planets might be listening in. So, I mean, in point of fact, based on your most recent Rocky Mountain stream, a webcast that you did a couple weeks ago, your front yard looks to be kind of closely approximated to the whole goddamn Rocky Mountains. Is that something nearly closely the case?
Yeah, that's the view. That's the view. It's very humbling. Doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Those mountains trump everything. If you'll pardon my old-fashioned use of that word.
Sure,
Put
absolutely.
that in perspective. Yeah, I mean, we have. I'm right on the cusp of the most volatile tectonic plate in the world. So when the Yellowstone Park goes, which is about 30 miles from here, the rest of the world will have time to get their belongings together. But here, you have about 30 seconds to put yourself in a Pompeii position where you want to be discovered for posterity and put into a museum. So you might want to just be like looking at your watch when you go, or hugging your loved one, but you have time. You have 30 seconds to get in position.
Well, I guess if you're living next to a supervolcano, it takes you chances.
Yeah. So, it's always good to have that specter, but hopefully that won't happen now. Imagine that happened during this broadcast. just suddenly, and I was just covered in lava, just holding the guitar. Like, that'd be a great way. That'd be it.
You know what? I'm sure that you would be in some Pompeii equivalent museum eons from now.
Yeah.
And people would, point to you with their children, and yeah, that's something profound to think about. But hopefully that won't be the case, at least till after the show.
Right.
So, listen, I can't help but see you have a guitar in hand. Would you
I do.
favor us with one of your many amazing and hilarious songs?
All right. I've been in a. I haven't been in a morbid mood, but I've been in a thoughtful mood lately. Dean, I've been thinking, if you're on your deathbed and you had one last thing to say to your loved one, your wife, your husband, your partner, what would that be? And I think I would put it to music. I would put it to music. I ain't scared of dying. I ain't scared of lying in this cold, cold earth. I'm just scared when that day comes, honey, you'll go and do something dumb and sell my guitars for what I said they're worth. I lied about my drinking, and I've gone and shaved a few years off my date of birth. But those are fibs, honey. They're small. The big lies are on the wall. Don't sell my guitars for what I said they're worth. I probably said, why these things, it's just spruce and cedar. When I'm gonna make a useful feeder for the birds. But I squandered our kids' college fund on this here Martin 41. Don't sell my guitars for what I said they're worth. Cause every guy knows a guy who knows a guy with one to buy and owes it to himself to drive and knows he has to have it, so he hides it in a crappy case, and he keeps it in his happy place before she goes and makes a federal case of it. Honey, don't forsake me when I'm buried. I couldn't take ridicule and mirth. If you went and sold this holy grail for $15 at a garage sale, I'll rip my coffin nail to nail. I'll follow you to the gates of hell. I'll track you down, honey, to the corners of the earth. If you sell my guitars for what I said they're worth. If you sell my guitars for what I said they're worth. Thank you.
Awesome.
That also applies to vinyl collections and motorcycles.
Yeah, I am a wholehearted endorsement of that sentiment. Yeah.
Many men are. Many men are. Can you see the top of my head? Can you see this glorious hat I'm wearing, or is it cut off?
I can see most of it. Just the brim of it is not the brim, but the crown of it is cut off.
Crown.
It looks
Know
very.
your hat terminology, Dean. That's the crown.
Yes, you're right.
That's the brim.
The brim I can see. The crown is missing.
See, that's the beauty of a hat. It's the beauty of a hat. That right there, lower the brim. You're the coolest person on earth. Flip it up like that. You're just a sidekick in a western with, some sort of bronchial problem.
All right, hold on. Let me try that.
Come on, Festus. There you go.
You know, you're right. There you go. Son of a gun.
Yeah, and then you have to have some sort of noticeable limp.
Well, you know what? I appreciate that
bank-
sage advice.
What's that?
I just said I appreciate that sage advice.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought you said stage device. You know what my bank here is called? Wells Fargo. My bank is called Wells Fargo, and whereas the rest of the world banks are all, have this, incredibly intricate sort of security systems. Wells Fargo, their logo is still horses pulling a stagecoach and a guy riding shotgun, fending off Indians. That's the logo. That's what passes for security at my bank.
I think I have the same bank.
We're not worried about identity fraud, but I guess we're still worried about Apaches attacking the bank.
According to the Supreme Court, the indigenous population is going to take over big portions of states next to you. And as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't mind if they just gave it all back to the indigenous people, because we really messed up. And
yeah, we did mess up. We should give it back. And you know what we should do? Blow up Mount Rushmore. Just and charge $5 to watch it. If the world has decided that Jefferson and Washington are they're racist symbols, then I'm on the bandwagon, and I do find them offensive, but only because someone told me they were. I don't really. I love Jefferson. I love Washington. And if you do find them offensive, I would be happy to remove those offensive symbols of them that are in your wallet. So just send that my way.
I appreciate all that.
All statues.
Listen, Rich.
I don't understand the point of statues. First of all, you're dead, so you don't get to partake in any of the glory. Second of all, for all the accomplishments that you've achieved, basically at this point, pigeons shit on you. That's what you are. You are a big bronze pigeon shit target. And,
absolutely.
Also a place for people to meet up when they want to go drinking. Yeah, maybe by that Confederate general. They don't care. It's just it's a very male thing. It's a very male thing. You don't see many female statues. There's a Statue of Liberty, but that doesn't really represent any one woman. It's just a woman in general. People have been allowed to enter for years, and you don't see the women's statues. Even in the Bible, a woman turns into a statue, and they don't even bother to mention her name. It's Lot's wife.
You're right.
That's all.
What's her name?
They're thrown out. Yeah, they're thrown out of the Garden of Eden, or Sodom and Gomorrah, one or the other. And they say, hey, don't look back. You'll turn into a pillar of salt. And of course, she looks back. She turns into a pillar of salt. That's a huge event. That to be turned into a giant mound of oxidized sodium chloride, and then they don't even bother to tell her. It's just Lot's wife. Like if someone had turned into a statue and someone told you about it, you would probably want to know their name, wouldn't you?
I
did you hear
think
about
so.
so-and-so? She turned into a big statue, a big pillar of salt. Who was it? Lot's missus.
Rich, what you say is full of wisdom.
Thank you.
And I gotta say, and here's another thing. Given all the things that you've done in your career on TV and in publishing, I mean, you could have spent your life with your Sniglet franchise and touring the world with your uncle Otis Lee Crenshaw. But instead, you have, in addition to all those things, you put together a whole series of these really amazing documentaries that are filled with just all this hilarious wisdom and insight. And so, with your permission, I'm going to play the just 2-minute clip of your most recent documentary. It's something that you did for the BBC called The Red Menace. and you do it with your inimitable style. I just want our viewers to just get a sense of what it is I'm talking about, because if they have never seen this, they should go online to YouTube or wherever you can find it and check it out, because it's pretty awesome. Here's just a little short clip of Rich Hall's Red Menace.
In 1933, a Hungarian physicist named Leo Szilard, who had escaped Jewish oppression in Budapest, was standing on a corner waiting for a light to change here in Bloomsbury, right where Russell Square crosses Southampton Row. And it suddenly occurred to him, as the light changed, that mankind might be capable of creating a nuclear chain reaction that would release enough energy to create an atomic blast. According to Szillard's biography, time cracked open and he saw the death of the world and all its woes in the shape of things to come. I don't know what the hell he was looking at in 1933 that made him think that, but nonetheless, 6 years later, in 1939, he co-authored a letter with the physicists Edward Teller and Eugene Wigner and sent it to Albert Einstein. Einstein signed it and delivered it to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The letter warned that Germany might be developing an atomic bomb and suggested that the United States should start its own atomic program. Roosevelt read it, and a few years later, the Manhattan Project was born. America was in the nuke business.
Anyway, that's just a little clip of it, but I want to really encourage everybody to go check out Rich's documentaries, because and I think that the next government should appoint you as Secretary of Education, because if I had someone explaining the world to me, and especially history and how we got where we are today, the way you do, like with insight and humor and pointing out the absurdity of the stupid decisions we constantly make on a global scale, then it would have been much more awesome. Now there's, can I ask a little bit about what inspired that? There is something, I think, in your mind that is a little chittering.
I never really thought about making documentaries, but the BBC asked me to. They just have a tendency. I think in Britain, when you're a comedian, you're treated with. You're higher on the the feeding scale. You're treated with a bit more respect, and I think the BBC, they like to push comedians to pursue their own personal interests. So consequently, a number of British comedians will go off and talk about something they're passionate about, and they asked me about that, and I realized I wasn't passionate about anything, but I did say, I love the West. I love, the Western part of the United States. That's about my only true passion. And they said, well, why don't you do something about Westerns? And I was intrigued primarily by the idea that almost all of our presidents since the days, since film started, almost every president, when asked what their favorite film is, quoted a Western. And I thought that was a good starting point for making a documentary. And so I made one about Western movies, and that worked out pretty well. And I've made 9 more since on a variety of subjects. And basically, I just do a lot of research and then stick my own opinions in there. And then we run off and film them and then put them together. And they throw them on the BBC, and middle-aged men with large record collections generally watch them.
Well, I urge...
That's my target audience, middle-aged men with record collections.
Listen, I urge any folks that fit that characterization watching right now, and everyone else, to check out Rich's documentaries. They're really, really cool. And if you'll bear with me a second, Rich, for another second, I'm going to just play a quick word from our sponsor. So hold on a second.
I followed this man home from a nearby pizza place. Are those pizzas for your family?
Yeah.
To eat?
It was on the way.
I'd rather have skimpy bargain pizza than a fresh, hot Pizza Hut pan pizza to go.
Probably not.
They prefer Pizza Hut, and you're walking in with that? Think of the children, man. Okay, folks, just go home and think about what almost happened here. I'm Rich Hall.
Sorry, Rich, I couldn't help it. When I saw that on YouTube, it just cracked me up. Any fond memories of that of that year where you were being a spokesperson for Pizza Hut? Did you get a house? Do you still have pizza in your garage in boxes?
Oh, no, they gave me a Winnebago.
Okay.
If you don't know what a Winnebago is, it's a giant 40-foot four-wheel death trap that American families love to pile into and then terrorize the rest of the driving public. They pull into campgrounds. They might have 2 or 3 TVs. They're horrid things. And the purpose, the crux of that campaign was that I would drive around in a Winnebago and talk to people eating Pizza Hut pizza, which at the time I was a fan of. I think it's gone downhill now. But so at the end of it, yeah, they paid me for the commercials. I'm not proud of it. I wish you hadn't shown that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't want the world to know. That's why I came to Britain, because I was so polluted. I was such a corporate shill in America for selling that damn pizza. And
and here I did raise that ugly specter again. I humbly apologize.
Hey, I was a fan at the time, but that doesn't mean I'm not willing to sell something. If anybody, if the George Dickel Bourbon Company wishes to use my endorsement, I will gladly sell George Dickel Bourbon. I'll sell anything I love. I don't, I'm not ashamed.
All right, well, that's good to hear. And just in case George Dickel Bourbon is watching for some reason, and I urge everyone else, you can catch up with Rich's music and books and his live streams and live gigs at his Facebook page. It's facebook.com at the Rich Hall, as opposed to the other Rich Halls, although none
I think it's the real Rich Hall.
The real Rich Hall? Oh, did I mess that up?
I don't know. I only joined Twitter and Facebook when the pandemic hit.
All right, well, that's Facebook, and this is Twitter. So follow Twitter definitely at the real Rich Hall. And also, while I'm doing this, I just ought to mention that you got a live gig coming up. It's July 26th at the Pine Creek Lodge, Montana.com is where you can get tickets. So, folks, yeah. I know most of you are in the UK, but if you're watching, if you just happen to find yourself passing through Montana, definitely go see Rich's live show.
Yeah, it's an outdoor gig. We're going to limit it to 100 people. Everybody's going to be seated 6 feet apart. They might have masks. That'll be interesting.
And you're going to hose them all down?
Yeah. I think masked audiences are going to present a whole new problem when it comes to heckling, because you're not going to be able to pinpoint where they're coming from now.
That's true. That's fair enough.
Huh? Where did that come from? Who said that? There's going to be a lot of that.
Any live performance, you rely so much on that kind of instantaneous feedback of people's expressions. And if all you see are a bunch of eyes, it's like it could be a little bewildering.
Like performing in Saudi Arabia.
Or, in a harem or something. So, listen, speaking of performing, Rich, would you favor us with another one of your songs?
Okay. What am I going to... Okay. I'll try this one out.
Okie dokie.
I got to get the right train sound. That sound like train? Yeah. Perfect. freight train song. Freight train, rolling down the track. Freight train, rolling down the track. Give that whistle one good blast if you're bringing my baby back. Freight train, rolling down the track. Freight train, rolling down the track. Just give that whistle one good blow if you're bringing my baby back. Here we go. All right, Dean, you fucked that song up.
Oh,
Thank
I
you.
did, huh? Oh,
No, you
shucks.
just fucked it up. You just fucked it up. I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
The whole point. I was going to go through the whole song without playing the harmonica. That was the
Really?
premise of the song. You keep thinking I'm going to play the train sound, and I don't, because the song is called Citywide Noise Abatement Ordinance 437. And you just went and blew a harmonica.
Well, Rich, I don't know what to tell
Are you happy with yourself, Dean? Are you
you.
happy with yourself?
I am abashed. I am red with embarrassment.
There's a reason, Dean. There's a reason that the two greatest harmonica players in the world, Little Walter and another guy whose name I can't remember, were both beaten to death outside of nightclubs. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that, but I guess that's the
I
reason,
think-
huh?
If you were the third best harmonica player in the world, I'd advise you to stay away from nightclubs.
Well, listen, given that being the case, I'm really glad that this is a long distance remote.
Please. Oh, I've been working all morning. Oh, all right. Never mind. This song doesn't need a harmonica.
Okay, I'll lay out on this one.
You know, a few weeks ago, I came to the realization that my whole life I've been hearing about the Dow Jones average. My whole life, you know what I'm talking about. Every news broadcast ends after the sports and the weather. They come back and they give you the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and it occurred to me 2 weeks ago that I have no idea who Dow Jones is. My whole life I've been hearing about the Dow Jones average. And it's skyrocketing as we speak. The Dow Jones keeps going up, even in the midst of our wretched economy. And so I did some research into Dow Jones and wrote this song. I should point out, if you don't know this, that Dow Jones is actually two people. It's Charles Dow and Edward Jones.
Okay.
So bear that in mind.
No harmonica on this, right?
Charles Dow worked as a clerk in Wisconsin. He scrambled up some numbers and it baked them in a pie chart. Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, just a random sample of the shit folks buy at Walmart. It was Coke and not Pepsi, it was Ford and not Chevy, and it didn't give a damn about a working man's pride. But the Wall Street stock stayed solid as rocks, while his mama did the laundry with another box of Tide. Was the gospel according to a pair of Air Jordans, and it doesn't give a fuck about me and you. Bodies keep dropping and the world goes shopping for a six-pack of Coke and some baby shampoo. Now, my Uncle Roy owned a Stetson. He owned a Smith & Wesson and a Gibson Les Paul. When I was a kid, he taught me one lesson. If it ain't made well, it ain't worth a damn at all. Smoked old golds and a two-pack habit, had a Zippo lighter and a Brightman watch, and he died with his head in the liquor cabinet. His last living words were, "Who drank all my scotch?" Can't take it with you, brother, that's a fact. You never see a hearse with a luggage rack, and your stock portfolio is holier than thou, but you're leaving in a box like every other clown. Charles Dow died from the ravages of heart disease 59 years from the day that he was born. If you factor in the lifespan and total up the average, I think you can say that his stock underperformed. As for Edward Jones, well, I'm short on information. I was going to look it up, but the spirit wasn't willing. That's the problem with a protest song. You start with indignation, and then a voice inside says, "Who do you think you are, Bob Dylan?" I don't think so. It's a gospel according to a pair of Air Jordans, and it doesn't give a fuck about me and you. Bodies keep dropping, and the world goes shopping for a six-pack of Coke and some baby shampoo. Six-pack of Coke and some baby shampoo. Six-pack of Coke and some baby shampoo.
Woohoo!
Protest.
Yeah, you never see a hearse with a luggage rack.
No, you don't.
Wise words. Listen, Rich. There's a friend of the show that are big fans of your uncle Otis Lee Crenshaw, and they just wanted to say hello. If it's all right with you, I'm going to bring them on just to say a quick hello. This is our regular audience knows them. Everybody say hello to the Scottish Falsetto Sock Puppet Theater. Here they are. Hey, Socks. Oh, hold on. There. Up. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, Socks. One second. You know what, Socks? You need to be unmuted for some reason. I don't know how that happened. Bear with me a second. I'm going to take you out and put you back in. Not sure what happened. The Socks need to unmute themselves.
Okay, we've
Anyway.
unmuted ourselves, and for technical reasons,
Okay.
we've disappeared for a second, but we've not
Yes.
gone away. Right, hello.
You're back.
This is one of those technically
Hello,
challenging
Socks,
nights,
and,
isn't it? Can you hear us?
Yes, that's why we can hear you fine.
Fantastic.
And I'm pleased to introduce you to Rich Hall.
Well, hello,
And,
Rich. Obviously, Rich can't hear us. I don't know if the
Rich, can
public
you hear the
us.
Socks?
No.
No.
Well, I think the public can hear you now.
No, I can't hear anything because the sound of that
I'm
harmonica
pretty sure
is still ringing in my ears.
the public will tell us as soon as they can't
I can
hear
hear
us.
'em.
Excellent. We've probably got a
All
bit
right,
of a delay.
let's hear the public. Let's hear what the public is saying.
The public are saying
There
we
seems to be a
can
little
hear
clatter,
you.
maybe
Scott."
by the Socks.
They can hear us.
Oh, yes. The publics are saying, yes, we can hear you. So it just might be the audio's a little level down.
Oh,
Anyway, sorry about this ramshackled production. I did qualify that from the beginning. Well, listen, anyway,
we've just turned up every bit of audio
I
that
know
we
the
could turn
Socks.
up.
Okay.
That's all
So
we can do.
it sounds like the audience can hear the Socks, Rich, but you still can't hear them?
Blah, blah, blah.
Not getting anything. Not getting anything,
Okay.
Dean. Keep in mind.
But you can hear,
we have
but you can hear me,
steam
right?
power. I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, let me try one thing real quick. Socks, I'm
Yes,
gonna
power.
send you back and bring you in again. So bear with me a second.
Hello
And
again.
You're back.
Well, hello. We'll,
Hello again.
if it's any consolation, we'll just try and do material that doesn't go down well in Montana, so it's not wasted.
Okay, you know, I'm gonna have to translate for Rich. Apparently, their material does not go well in Montana, so it's okay if you can't hear them. But they do want to say they're big fans of country music,
We are.
and and your uncle alias Otis Lee Crenshaw. And am I right, Socks, that you have a song that you would like to perform for Rich? Is that the case?
Well, that's right, because we're big fans of not only Otis Lee Crenshaw, but obviously the entire the entire genre of country music. And perhaps our favourite artist would be Johnny Cash. So, as a tribute to Johnny Cash, we'd like to do this song for him. Thank you.
Okay, so Rich, in case you didn't hear that, the Sox are big fans of the whole country music genre, and especially Johnny Cash. So they want to perform a song for you in honor of Johnny Cash. And so I'm going to ask you to hang out, and we're going to hear their song, and then I'll have you back in just a minute. So here they are, the Scottish Falsetto Sock Puppet Theater, with their song about Johnny Cash.
I'm going to sing this short and lovely song, and if I'm needed, I will sing along, because I wrote it and unnecessarily. At about this point, I changed the key. That was quite clever, a nifty technique. Thank you, I learnt it just the other week. They call it modulation, it's okay. I think I'll do it again, now don't get carried away. So I'll continue to sing, though honestly, with that last change, it's a bit too high for me. We can't have that, can we? That is such a shame. Oh dear me, look, I've changed the key again. Okay, I'm sure you had a reason for that change, but now it's starting to get beyond my range. Well, I can't bear to see you under stress. So how is this? You've done it again now, haven't you? Yes. Okay, I'm banking on the fact it can get worse, 'cause we'll be finishing at the end of the next verse. I must agree, how very true that is. Oh look, I've changed the key again. That is taking the piss. Whatever, we are coming to the end. No time to change the sodding key again. You would think that, wouldn't you? But if I want, I can just add another verse, you little, and another key change. Okay, this is now ridiculous. What must the punters be thinking about us? They're thinking this has gone on so long that it's a bore. And anyway, why don't they just sing an octave lower? Good point, well made. I had not thought that through. That is a good and sensible thing to do. Although the point of this routine's no longer clear, and so we might as well just stop it here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Of course, I'm not going to do that, and I'm getting faster. What are you doing, you annoying little bastard? Stop playing the song. How are you going to make me? How am I going to make it like this? Thank you. The rest is silence. You can come back up now. You punched me in the nose. I did admittedly punch you in the nose. For despoiling the reputation of Johnny Cash.
Well, listen, Socks, that was delightful. We really appreciate it. And I hope you'll hang out because we might do a sing-along later. But thank you for visiting us.
Dean, we want to do one more song for you.
Oh, I would love nothing more than that. So hold on a second. I'm going to say goodbye to the Socks and bear with me a second. And hi, Rich Hall's friend, whoever you are with the guitar.
Let us get going before you go.
Sure. We're all good. We're good to go.
You ready?
All set.
Stop! 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 Huh? That's not A.
Technical difficulties. I know the feeling. Meanwhile, by the way, yes, that is Rich's Facebook page.
Here we go.
Okie doke.
Are you ready?
We're all set. You're on.
Let me tell you about a place around your way. People gay, twisted the night away. Everybody's so much fun. Couldn't be run. Dancing with the old and young, twisted the night away. Everybody was twisted, twisted. Everybody feeling great, twisted, twisted, twisting the night away. See the fella in street clothes, dancing with those nose. Man, you ought to see him go, twisting the night away. Dancing with the chick in his slacks.
That was brilliant. That was great, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dean.
Thanks, really. Thanks for joining us, and good to see you. And thank all your friends and family for being part of the show. And be well, be safe, have a great time out there, and I hope to see you down the line on the road somewhere. All right.
All right. Thanks, Dean.
So long, buddy. All right. The amazing Rich Hall. And despite all our technical difficulties and our ramshackled slipshod production, we got to hear some really great stuff and stories from Rich Hall. And so I'm grateful that he was able to join us. So again, let me remind everybody, you should check out Rich's Facebook page. It is facebook.com/therickhall. And also, you can follow him on Twitter, and that's the real Rich Hall. And again, if you just happen to be passing through Montana in your travels at the end of this month, you can catch his live gig outdoors and socially distanced and everything, maybe even with masks, an evening with Rich Hall, Sunday, July 26th, 8 p.m. And it's at the Pine Creek Lodge in Montana. And just go to their website, www.pinecreeklodgemontana.com. And you'll be glad that you did. Gee, all right. Well, we're running along. But let me just see what folks have here out there to say. Twisting in my seat, absolutely. So folks love seeing the people dancing on the lawn, especially the children. Absolutely. Twisting the night away. Claire, yes, I would like to be the Rocky Mountains net right now too, as well. So anyway, so thanks again, Rich. And so you folks, I always forget to do this, but yes, as you all know, this show, oh my goodness. This show is grateful for your support, and it's free or pay what you like, or not. But if you'd like to make a contribution to the DeanZine Livestream, just go to paypal.me/Dean Friedman, or via Venmo, it's at Dean Friedman Music. And another way, if you want to contribute on a sort of more long-term basis, you can subscribe to the DeanZine Livestream. And it's once a month, different price tiers, depending on your budget and trust fund or lack of it. And just go to deanfriedman.com/subscribe. And one last little sort of piece of business, because Mark Zuckerberg is such a schnook. No one really knows how many people get to actually see posts when I post it, or even these live streams. So I'm streaming in Facebook, 3 separate pages. My personal page, which has a limit of 5,000, and my Dean Friedman music page, which is my artist page, which has no limit. But then there's the Dean Friedman music chat room. And from what I understand, the nice thing about the chat room is that people that are members of the chat room get to see a higher percentage of the posts that I send out. So if you want to see posts, go join the chat room or any of those other sites. And or, of course, just send me an email, dean@deanfriedman.com, and I'll keep you posted with all kinds of stuff. Okay, listen. Despite all the technical nonsense that we have had to grapple with from the beginning of the show till now, I'm going to bravely attempt to do a sing-along. So if anyone's out there that might be inclined to join us for a sing-along, I've written a new song. I don't really know it. It's going to be kind of sloppy, but I'm going to invite everybody to go along. Let's see who's out there. Oh, there's my good friend Brett. And you must have your social distancing mask on. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm also sporting my six months of hair growth without a haircut.
Oh, and that looks very hirsute, if that's the right word. Brett, I have to ask you to turn off whatever Facebook page you're following, because it's got like this delay that we're going to be hearing over the mic. Unless that's just me.
Sorry, there's all this distortion on what we're talking about here, so I was listening. No, I turned it off.
Okay, that's better. So we're good. Let me bring in some other folks. Let's see here. We got Jill Marshall. Hey, Jill, how you doing?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm here.
Excellent. You're going to join us for the sing-along. I'm so pleased. And I see we got the Socks going to join us for this. Well, I shall reciprocate with one of my DeanZine Livestream masks. Although that's not the way to wear it. Anyone else want to join us? I know Paul and Shelley were out there before. And you're welcome to pop back on again if you like. I don't know what happened to Brett. Here's Shelley. She's going to come. And now that's very impressive, Brett. Oh, my God. You look like some kind of alien bug. There's Shelley. Hello, hello. And anyone else that would care to join us, feel free to log right on. I will take this off. The reason I put this mask on is, and the reason one of the socks is wearing a mask, is because this is a new song that I just wrote last night, and I'm still figuring out how to sing. But I will give it my best attempt here. And let's see, here we go. All right, I'm going to give it a shot. Everybody, this song is about wearing a mask. And I'll try the chorus with you, and you'll just repeat after me. Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Wear
That's
a
right.
mask.
Wear a mask.
Wear a
Wear
mask.
a mask.
You know, it isn't all that much to ask.
Yeah.
Unless you want to wind up lying in a casket. Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
All right, you guys got the idea. That's pretty much it. That's the song. That's the chorus. But let's see if we go from here. I'll give it a shot. Oh. If you're heading to the grocery store to stock up on some food, try to keep in mind what rules apply. Let's see. Did someone just disappear? I'll put Brett back in. There's Brett. Let's try that again. Hold on. One more time. If you're heading to the grocery store to stock up on some food, try to keep in mind what rules apply. Have some consideration for your neighbors. Don't be rude. It really isn't that hard to comply. Wear a mask.
Wear a
Wear a
mask.
mask.
Wear a mask.
Oh, wear a mask.
You know it isn't all that much to ask.
No, sir.
Unless you want to wind up lying in a casket. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. Oh. Though one day soon we may come up with a cure, along with an effective, safe vaccine. Until that day, we must endure by practicing social distancing and good hygiene. Wear a mask.
Wear a
Wear a
mask.
mask.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
We must be equal to the task, or else a viral mist of COVID you will bask in. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. Wear a mask.
Yes.
That's right. We all long for the day this awful scourge will pass and the virus will be gone without a trace. Until that day, don't be an ass. Keep that mask upon your face. Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
The concept isn't difficult to grasp.
It's not.
Or, that's right, or you could find your health decline, you'll go out with a gasp. Wear a mask, wear a mask, wear a mask. Think about your parents and your parents' parents too. Think about the old man down the lane. This stuff is serious, it ain't no fucking flu. Anyone that thinks so is insane. So wear a mask.
Wear a
Wear a
mask.
mask.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
If you're headed to the pub to fill your flask.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like
From
you do.
London to LA, from Honolulu to Alaska. Wear a mask.
Wear a mask. Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
Hee-haw.
Fantastic.
Excellent. All right. Well, listen. thank everybody for joining us. And let me just mention, by the way, you're still there. That's Darth Vader talking in the background. By the way, just to mention that if you want to see more of the sock puppets, you should go follow them on Twitter. It's at Falsetto Socks on Twitter, and you can also follow them on Facebook, facebook.com/Scottish Falsetto Socks. And you should all enjoy that. Actually, you know what? I think I have, not much time to do much else. So I just want to thank everybody who joined us on the sing-along. I want to thank Rich Hall, and I want to thank all you folks out there that actually endured this slipshod ramshackled production. Thank you for coming, for listening. Everybody be well. Next week, master singer-songwriter performer Wesley Staces is my guest, and you're going to really enjoy it. Make sure you tune in next Sunday. And so in the meantime, all I can say is everybody be well. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you. Have a great week.
DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine LiveStream. DeanZine.